What team wouldn't love to have Shohei Ohtani? Well, the reality of that may not be a total long shot. Our insider John Heyman reported that the Angels are listening to offers on everyone, including Shohei. Showtime was asked about it by Sam Blum of The Athletic. He said, quote, "Regardless of where I'm playing, I want to give it my all. Try to win the ball game that's right in front of me. I'm with the Angels right now, and I'm very thankful for what they've done. I really love the team. I love my teammates right now. I'm an Angel, and that's all I can really focus on this point." Now, Hannah, you just dropped a column on this very topic. So how do you see Shohei's future with the Angels?
Oh, see, I don't know that I can necessarily make sense of it, but I did try to reckon with it a little bit, sort of based on the idea that people say the Nationals are in this really tricky spot. What can you do? Do you trade a generational talent, or do you hang on to him knowing that you might not be contending for the rest of the time that he's under team control? But the Nationals already got a World Series out of Juan Soto. They got the best thing you could possibly get when you have a really talented player. The Angels, they're in a really tricky spot. Their window was supposed to be basically from the time that Mike Trout turned out to be the best player in the major leagues until now. That was their window, and they couldn't capitalize. They couldn't capitalize when it was just Trout. They couldn't capitalize when they added Shohei Ohtani to Trout, and it feels like, and Ohtani is a free agent after next year.
Yeah.
Soto still has 2 years after this year, so they're in a really tricky spot, the Angels, because if they trade him now, or even if they trade him in the offseason, you're punting on 2023. You're signaling to your fans, sorry guys, we couldn't do it all this time and we're not going to be able to do it next year. But you don't trade him, you're about to lose like the best two-way player since Babe Ruth, and probably going back before then, in free agency when he walks, because I don't think he wants to be an Angel any longer than he has to be.
Yeah, that's why I think it's absolutely insane that they would be willing to part ways with him, entertain trades for him. This is the unicorn, right? This is the guy that we say there's nobody else like in baseball. His fanfare is a huge thing, too. He chose to go to the Anaheim Angels. Why would you? No, I just don't get it, but...
And in fact, he chose to go to the Angels early. He came over to MLB earlier than he necessarily would have to. So if he had waited a couple of years, he would have made like $100 million more. He came early because he wanted to be at Major League Baseball. He wanted to play against the best. He wanted to be on the biggest stage. He wanted to be in a World Series.
So you can't punt on that guy.
X, are they getting a divorce?
They should, but they're not going to. Honestly, I look at the biggest reason you have to go get what you can while he's at his highest value, because he's going to walk and he's going to go somewhere where he knows he can be able to go to the postseason consistently. But I look at this year and what Perry Manassian did early on in the season. He let you know that winning is about now, and he went and fired Joe Madden. We saw the ability to try to turn some things around, but it just didn't happen in that sense. So I feel like he's still going to want to be adamant about winning in 2023. And the biggest thing that you can do is just try to surround some pieces around a Shohei and a Mike Trout if you're healthy. Because the one thing you look at, and Hannah had the right point, is you tell your franchise, you tell the fans that, hey, we're looking to rebuild again if you go ahead and lose a Shohei Ohtani and try to trade him. So I look at, you got to try to be creative, get the right pieces around him as soon as possible, because you look at it, you have only 1 year left with him. It's next year's World Series or bust. Do what you can right now.
You said it best, X. Next year's World Series or bust for the Angels. They better be so smart this offseason, so careful, and not just go for the biggest, flashiest free agents, because they have superstars. They need to figure out what it is that team needs to complement those superstars.